Got it? It's setting up. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. Lisa, T, Carmen, thank you for joining us today, everyone. My name is Shanika Flynn, and I'm with Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services. Welcome, and thank you for tuning in and joining us for Franklin County Summer Youth Programs, Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services Virtual Lunch and Learn. Again, my name is Shanika Flynn, and I am excited to host and facilitate today's conversation on behalf of Deputy County Administrator Joy Bivens and Franklin County Commissioners Erica Crawley, John O'Grady, and Kevin Boyce. We're excited to launch the third of our three-part Lunch and Learn series focused on Franklin County's Ready to Earn Summer Program. That's our Summer Youth Employment Program, and we'll be highlighting some of the paid work experience opportunities that are available for young people this summer and hearing directly from some of our partners that we have here today. Now, before we begin our discussion, I'd like to share just a bit of background, just so you all know why this conversation is so critical for our youth and our families. And then afterwards, we will dive right into the questions with our panelists, okay? Now, you may be wondering, what is Franklin County actually doing to provide summer youth employment opportunities for families? Well, Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services has partnered with the Columbus Urban League, Godman Guild Association, Lead the Way Learning Academy, and Nationwide Children's Hospital for our Franklin County Ready to Earn Summer Youth Employment Program. Now, Ready to Earn offers youth and young adults ages 14 to 21 years old the opportunity to get real world experience. Okay, they also have the opportunity to develop skills to be successful in the workplace, all while earning wages to help them meet their basic needs. They'll receive training in essential workplace behaviors, including punctuality, professionalism, teamwork, and workplace skills, such as critical thinking and communications. Now, real quick, our 14 and 15-year-olds, they actually take part in a 6-week program. It's a work-based learning program offered by the Columbus Urban League and Godman Guild Association, which is designed to explore careers in technology, engineering, and project management. And the participants, they actually receive a program stipend of $1,200 just for participating. And they can earn an additional $300 in incentives. Now, our youth ages 16 and over, they actually have the opportunity to participate in pre-apprenticeship training programs or traditional workplace experiences with government, nonprofit, and private sector organizations where they actually earn $15 per hour. We've highlighted some of our partners like Nationwide Children's Hospital, and if you've missed them, you can actually watch it on our YouTube and our Facebook pages as well. Now, another partner that we've highlighted was Lead the Way Learning Academy, which is helping young people explore careers in the construction trades and transportation industries. And you'll have the opportunity to, they have the opportunity to earn a Class B CDL license. Now, our county commissioners, they've literally invested more than $3.3 million in funding to support summer youth employment this year, including funding from President Biden's American Rescue Plan Act. Ready to Earn also supports the commissioner's Rise Together blueprint to reduce poverty in Franklin County. And that actually calls for developing and deploying comprehensive career readiness supports for students with exposure to work and integrated skill-based learning opportunities. Now, joining us today, we actually have 3 different panelists. We have with us T Street, who oversees the OSU Pathways to Progress program. Hello, T.
Good afternoon, Shanika. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming with us today. We also have Lisa Chambers, who's the National Executive Director of Techcorp. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Shanika. Thank you.
And of course, we also have Carmen Barnes, who oversees community contracts and programmings at Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services. Hello, Carmen.
Hello, Shanika.
So glad to have all of you guys joining us in this conversation today so that our residents can learn more about some of the paid work experiences that are available for Franklin County youth and their families this summer. So we're going to go and dive right into this discussion. First, let's start with Carmen. Carmen, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and your role with the Ready to Earn Summer Youth Program?
Absolutely. Well, I am happy to be the Deputy Director of Community Contracts and Programs. My role and our role of our team in the agency is to manage community investments on behalf of the agency. So we're really charged to make sure that we're funding high impact programs and services like the two that you're going to hear about today for the families that we serve across Franklin County. Specifically as it relates to Ready to Earn is one of our summer youth employment programs, which we're really excited about. We're excited that we have the opportunity through programs like the OSU Pathways to Progress program, as well as Techcore, to really expose youth across the county to some incredible skill development opportunities, as well as preparing them for future jobs here within our county.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, just a couple of questions for you. Talk to us a little bit about talk to us a little bit about the Summer Youth Program, the Ready to Earn Summer Youth Program.
Absolutely. So Ready to Earn really is designed to help youth in Franklin County be ready for life after high school. And we believe the earlier that we start on that path, exposing them to kind of what the real world looks like, the more we will have an opportunity to help and assist youth in developing their skills. So you mentioned that our programs start with ages 14. And what we feel like is important to know about the 14 and 15-year-olds in our program is they may not be quite ready to take on a traditional work experience. We know it's important at that age to really help them get grounded, help them get comfortable working with adults in a different capacity than they're used to when they're in school, but then also help them to explore a lot about themselves. So we love working with programs that allow them to do that. And T has had an amazing program that has helped a lot of youth across the county do that. And Lisa has also done the same in some of her programs. So we feel comfortable putting our youth in those kind of programs where they get to focus on project-based learning, kind of in a somewhat controlled environment, helping them develop their soft skills, being exposed to a variety of different career opportunities that they could take advantage of at a young age, again, in an environment, it's not a lot of risk for them. We also know that employers aren't exactly sure how to work with 14-year-olds in the workplace. So these environments that T and Lisa have created for us kind of help us work with the youth and at a pace that works for a 14 and 15-year-old. Now, once they complete some of our project-based learning or work-based learning programs, we offer them also traditional work experience programs, and we kind of reserve those for youth that are 16 and over. Our youth that are 16 and over can still participate in the project-based programs that Lisa and T are going to describe to you today, but we also offer some additional options, and those will be the work-based, traditional work-based experience programs where they're actually in organizations, nonprofits, for-profit governmental organizations, kind of working individually with a supervisor, or in apprenticeship type training programs where they're learning about different skill sets that are needed for specific trades or the transportation industries and things of that nature.
Okay. Now, before we go on with this discussion, because we actually have providers and then we have employers for the Ready to Earn Summer Youth Program. Can you just tell us quickly, explain a little bit about those roles so that we can then go into our discussions with our guests today?
Yes. So our community providers are people who coordinate and organize the programs for us. And you've named some of them: Columbus Urban League, Godman Guild, Techcore, OSU Pathways to Progress are a few that are working with us on that. So their program's a little different. They incorporate in their program some work readiness training for the youth. They kind of create and manage environments for the youth. They may even, if it's appropriate for their program, identify employment opportunities for the youth to participate in over the summer.
Mhm.
The actual employers are people like we've had with us for the last couple of weeks. So Nationwide Children's Hospital, they are an employer, but they're an employer that's committed to creating a talent pipeline in Franklin County. So they've created summer internships that look like employment opportunities for youth to participate in. We also had Turner Construction on last week. Turner is an employer. Turner is an employer and represents and private sector employers that work with our providers to make sure that the instruction that the youth are receiving in some of our programs is relevant to in-demand jobs that they have available, that youth can have the opportunity to be considered for when they're finished with the program.
Okay, awesome. Now, because we're talking about this program, talk to us and just let us know, why should our youth even participate in the program? What are the benefits directly to them and their families?
I think directly to the benefits, and sometimes the youth don't always see this as a benefit, but we really want to give them what we call a real world exposure to life after high school, right? I know a lot of times youth know, and as we all do, we kind of know what we know, but we haven't been exposed to everything that's out there. So I think the benefit of programs like T's and Lisa's that they're going to talk to you about later is that youth get exposed to new concepts and ideas that they haven't necessarily been exposed to in school. It's a very different format. And that's why I love summer youth employment, because it's this great environment that, A, you're able to earn an income or earn a stipend, depending on your program, while you're learning and being exposed to all the different options that are available for you. Both of the programs that we're going to hear about today really build skills that are in demand and help youth get ready for careers options and even further training that we have available here, right here in our county.
Awesome. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're going to turn over to T Street, the amazing T Street. T, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself and your role with the Ready to Earn program?
So I'm the amazing T Street, and in my school year life, I am the director of the Health Sciences Academies on behalf of the Ohio State University in partnership with Columbus City Schools. But in the summer, I get to morph into the thing that I love best, which is the opportunity to impact the lives of young people, hands-on programming. And so that's kind of like who I am. I've been doing this work for a really long time. And I feel super fortunate to be able to walk in a space that I love, which is growing kids. People who know me well, know that, my heart and my passion is always centered around making sure that we are providing opportunities that grow our young people with really high expectations and really strong outcomes.
Okay, awesome. So talk to us a little bit about serving as a provider. What do you actually provide to the Ready to Earn program?
So what I love, and so shout out to our partner, which is St. Stephen's Community House, which acts as the fiscal agent for our program, because one of the things, I'm a one-person show on this end, and so onboarding and doing that for 100 kids would be a lot, and processing payroll and all of that. So what I get to do on my end is actually the program development and the implementation of serving 100 kids. We serve 100 students from across Franklin County. I'm super excited. We do have some spaces open, parents, but know that we've been already recruiting kids. And so I work in a school. That was a school bell. And so we have students who are coming from Columbus City Schools and Whitehall and Reynoldsburg and Groveport and Southwestern and Westerville. I was so excited when I looked at the list. And we bring students from all over, rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors. We tried last year. We had 6 rising freshmen. And that's why the Urban Leagues program and Godman Gills program is necessary, because they're not ready for the intensity that comes with a program like mine. We spend 8 weeks working on, we call ours our college, career, and work readiness program, and that's why it's called Pathways to Progress, because there's more than one way for kids to get to successful futures. They can do it through college, they can do it through careers, they can do it through work, but whatever they're going to do, the same skills are necessary. So we spend a fair amount of time, as Carmen said, on the soft skills, teaching kids how to show up for work? How do you show up on time? How do you come dressed appropriately? What does it look like to code switch? We talk about code switching the first week, that there's an appropriate time for you to walk in the street sagging, and then there's appropriate time for you to wear a belt. And what does that look like? What does it look like when you're communicating with your peers that's different than when you're communicating with an employer or with a college professor or with someone who's teaching you a trade? What's the difference? How do we get our kids ready for whatever sphere they decide that they want to walk in, making sure that they feel confident? We focus on the 4 21st century learning skills, which are work skills, which are collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. Employers tell us that for this century, our students have to have these skills to be successful. I can tell you that the college professors are telling us the same things, that when our kids come in and they've never worked in group, they don't know how to collaborate with their peers, they don't know how to make projects work. We live in a very diverse kind of world where cubicles really don't exist anymore. People work in teams with teams from across the world. I want to make sure that our kids walk into the room ready on day one for whatever the opportunities are that present themselves for them.
Awesome.
So that's what we get to do. 100 kids on the campus of the Ohio State University. Didn't get any better than that.
100 kids. That is wonderful, the impact that you're making on our youth. Now, what are the benefits to OSU Pathways to Progress? What is the benefit to you for participating in Ready to Earn?
We get to, the university gets to walk out part of its mission. And part of what we're doing right now is this program serves under our safety programming, because we want to make sure that we are a part of that larger community and making sure that we're creating safe pathways and places for kids to be safe during the summer. We know that when they're with us, they're not on the streets. We're giving kids opportunities because the kids do get paid to be a part of the program. They get $11 an hour. We're making sure that they're learning near peer leadership skills, because we actually employ as our supervisors college kids from the Ohio State University. So there is something in it for us, because we're also growing the pipeline of folks who want to work with young people in our programs. This year, we're excited because for the first time ever, we're bringing back 10 kids from last year who are going to be what we call youth staff. They're going to team up with our college kids because they've been through the program. We have a wait list of kids who wanted to come back, because you can only do our program one time because it's a work readiness. If I got you ready, you shouldn't need to go through this program again. The goal this year is for you to get a job using the skills that you attained last year and the resume that you created while you were in the program. But we this year wanted to, the kids last year begged to come back. And so what we did is we took, kids had to be recommended by their team leaders, their staff from last year, to be able to come back, and every staff member got to recommend one student.
That is wonderful, T.
And so now understand, I appreciate kids who do self-advocacy. So there were some kids who didn't get recommended, but advocated for themselves and got the spots, because we had 10 spots. And so to be able to see these kids and teach them on the backside of what it looks like to develop a program from the administrative side. So our kids are going to learn some administrative skills. They'll go through staff training. When I train my staff for that week, they'll also go through that training. I'm preparing leaders who will lead in this community. I continually tell our kids that the bar is high. I think we get results, and parents have communicated this. And so if schools, we get results in 8 weeks, and sometimes schools don't get in 8 months. I'm super proud of the work that my teams do, that my kids do. Later on, I'm going to show some photos of last year's program and what they created as a part of that project.
That's awesome. That's awesome. T, if there was family members, for the family members who are wanting to participate and learn a little bit more about Pathways to Progress, how can they get a hold of you, or how can they learn more?
I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to tell parents that if you are interested, there's a QR code, but I'll give it to you without the code. I'll tell you that you can put in https://qrco.de. But really, if you use the QR code to register, we've got about 20 slots left. So I want to encourage you to do it expeditiously. We saved these spots anticipating today's call, in case we didn't want to shut kids out who hadn't had an opportunity and did not know. So we've got about 20 spots left. but go on and screen it, shoot the screenshot. You can register. It's a pretty simple process. You'll get a letter from me inviting you to come and get registered to get paid and submit your paperwork through St. Stephen's. But this is our flyer for the year. But if you want to reach me, my email, and I will send it to you in an email if you'd like, is street, STREET .2, the number 2, at osu.edu. street.2 at osu.edu. This is our flyer for the summer, and this is how you can get connected to Pathways to Progress at The Ohio State University.
Awesome. Thank you for that, T. And actually, we just posted it on our Facebook page in our chat as well, so that community members can see it. Learn more about OSU Pathways to Progress by visiting https://qrco.de/BCWQ, capital V and capital E, or they can email you directly at street.2@osu.edu, correct? Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, thank you so much for that. Let's jump right in with Lisa with Techcorp. Lisa, thank you again for joining us today.
Shanika.
So let's just jump right in. Can you tell us a little bit about your role and what you do with the Ready to Earn summer program?
Sure. So Techcore is a nonprofit organization. As you might be able to tell from our name, we are completely focused on technology. So we design and implement technology programs for students in 3rd through 12th grade. So this work with Ready to Earn is exciting work that we've been doing for more than 10 years. And it's really about empowering and exposing our kids in a way to technology that moves them from being passive users and consumers of technology to becoming active creators and designers with tech. So we say the students that we work with, don't spend the summer, flipping through a bunch of different apps on your phone. Instead, come hang out with us and we're going to teach you how to design your own app. So that's the work that we've been doing for several years with the county.
Okay. Now, go a little bit deeper and let us know what exactly Techcorp provides for the Ready to Earn program.
Absolutely. So I'm really excited for this summer because we have developed a brand new program for students that we call IT On Ramp. And this program is really about helping young people to understand the different on-ramps in a technology pathway, right? So they're going to get exposure to a lot of different in-demand areas, growing areas in the technology field. So they'll be doing coding, they'll be doing mobile app development, they'll be doing some work around cybersecurity. And it's all to help them get a better understanding about all of these things that they might hear about, but not really know what those jobs look like. And so they're going to be doing a lot of hands-on project development over the 4 weeks that we have them. So our program runs for 4 weeks. We've got 2 cohorts available this summer. So we have a group that starts on June 6th, and I think that program is full, but we have a second cohort that will start up on July 11th and run through August 5th. And so we still have a few slots in that. Students are in our program from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that program, that cohort of students are going to be meeting on the South Side. We're actually working with Impact to host the program this year. So really exciting program. And I think, kind of to T's point, in addition to the technical skills that the students will be learning, we also do a lot around just those employability skills. So students will understand about the importance of showing up on time. They'll be working in teams to create and develop, roll out different projects. They'll be doing a lot of creativity, and a lot of collaboration. We're also excited that this year we're partnering with Accenture, which is one of the US's largest technology consulting firms. And we're using a tool that they have developed called Skills to Succeed. And the students will be going through a number of modules that will be providing them with a variety of different skills just around employability, getting them ready. As Carmen mentioned, we hope that this is a launch point for them, but that it provides them an opportunity to walk into those first jobs fully prepared and and with a lot of confidence. Students in this program will also be walking out with a portfolio of work. So just really kind of a high energy 4 weeks. We got lots going on, lots of minds being blown, but we're really excited about this new work. So we'll be working with about 100 students as well, ninth graders, 10th graders, and we even take a few 11th graders, I think, if they want to come hang out with us. Students in our program have an opportunity to earn actually more than $1,500 between the wage and also a number of bonuses that we've written into the program as well.
So you incorporated bonuses in there. That's awesome.
And we've done some short-term bonuses. So I know you all, you're right. We're hearing a lot of this on the news and whatnot. But so we decided to kind of simulate it for our kids. So, we don't have signing bonuses, but we do have a midpoint bonus and some benchmarks that we believe our students will be able to meet, and they'll be able to have that. And then we also will have a completion bonus for those students that do well and meet all of that. So again, just an opportunity to earn beyond and push your earnings and walk out with, I think, a set of great skills, a new understanding, and most importantly, confidence that this is a space that they can be successful in.
That is awesome. That is so awesome for our youth. Awesome opportunities. How does participating in the Ready to Earn program, how does it benefit Techcorp?
Yeah, well, I mean, for us, it's about connecting with students, and especially we have so many young people that have gone through our Job and Family Services funded programs that are now in college pursuing computer science. We had a couple of young people Carmen met a couple of weeks ago who are now in industry here locally. And what we have heard from the students who have come through our programs that we've done in partnership with Job and Family Services has been that it's provided them a safe space to try. And often what they're learning about themselves is something that they didn't even know, right? So maybe they're not in an IT pathway program in their high school. Maybe they've never taken a coding class. And we say, that's okay. Come on in and try it out. Try it out in this space where you're learning and earning. And it's not going to impact, it won't have a direct impact on your grade point average. You don't have to worry about failing, right? If you come in and you decide you like it, great. We're going to connect you to other programs where you can continue to stack and continue to learn. But if you come in and you decide you don't like it, cool. At least you're making an informed decision about, what it is that you want to do after you graduate from high school. But I will say that this technology industry is hungry for talent, and particularly diverse talent. So Black and Brown students, we need more young people that are creating these tools that we consume on a daily basis. We need to be part of that development, and part of that's going to happen when we engage young people in these types of programs early on. Can't tell you how many technology professionals that I talk to, when you ask them how they got their start, it was in an informal program like this. I got a chance to just try something out, and I discovered that I was really good at it. And we've had so many young people. I think half of our staff this year are former Techcore students that are coming back to inspire the next generation. So I would just say, this is a space that desperately needs greater diversity. This is a space that more Black and Brown folks need to be present in, and this is an opportunity to launch you into that.
So that's wonderful. That is so wonderful. So for the youth that's participating and the ones who will be participating, so that we can make sure that they know exactly what is expected of them, what do you all expect from the youth who participate in the Ready to Earn program when they're working with Techcorp?
Yeah, I just show up and be ready to engage, right? I mean, don't have to worry about if you've had this experience, what you know coming in. It's really important for us to build safe spaces for our students to try, and that's what we're asking. Just show up, be present, and be ready to just try something new and see where it takes you. So I'd say that's what we're looking for.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm sure they'll enjoy hearing that because, I mean, certainly there are other things that you want them to do when they get there, but just show up, just be interested and think about what you and your family members can get from the programs. So this is wonderful. How can people learn more about Techcorp?
Well, I am going to try to also share my screen. So are you able to see that?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So folks that are interested in applying, we too have registration is open. And I think right now folks are running to the finish line. So I would encourage you to not waste time, to make some calls. So folks can call our office, 614-583-9211. That's 614-583-9211. And ask for or leave a message for Lupe, who is our lead program manager on this program. Let them know you're interested in signing up for IT On-Ramp. We will follow up with the information and walk you through the TANF registration process. You can also go online. So there's a link on here. There's a bit.ly that you can visit. So it's bit.ly/22ITOR. I'm so used to saying IT On-Ramp. And you can visit the bit.ly for the interest form and then fill that out, and our staff will contact you. But yeah, if nothing else, just call us at the office and we'll get you connected to the right person.
That is wonderful, Lisa. Okay, so they can call Lupe at 614-583-9211 or visit capital bit.ly/22ITOR. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. Great. Well, we have that in our chat as well, so the community members can actually see that and refer back to it when they want to participate in this conversation or even review this after our conversation ends. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. And thank you both for joining us, Lisa and T. Thank you. So Carmen, let's go and talk a little bit more about this. I know I asked you some questions earlier, but let me just ask you a couple of more questions. So are there any eligibility requirements for young people to participate in Ready to Earn?
Yes. So as you've heard, our programs are different and varied in what we do. So I would encourage you that once a parent or youth find a program that they're interested in, that particular provider will tell them specifically about the eligibility requirements for their programming. So I'm going to speak broadly then about Ready to Earn. With all of the programs that we're offering this summer, the youth has to be at least 14 years of age. And I know we have some really sharp and phenomenal 13-year-olds, but this program really is designed for youth who are 14 years of age at the point of application, at least. T's age group may be different, Lisa's is different, the other programs that we've mentioned are different. But across Ready to Earn, we do have programs for youth that are at least 14 and up to the ages of 21. We have been really excited that this year our commissioners gave us funding from American Rescue Plan dollars. So we're able to serve a variety of families at a variety of different income levels this year. Now, the way we do that, it doesn't impact the youth's ability to participate in the program. It really just matters how we pay for the program on the back end. So we ask parents and we encourage them, when a provider similar to Techcore or OSU with St. Stephen's, when they ask you to complete a registration program, they will probably ask you about your household income size, and they may ask you about your household income level. Again, we're using this money so that on the back end, we're able to fund as many youth as possible using all of the available funding sources. So just know that that's part of the conversation when you go to register your young person into one of our programs this summer.
Awesome, wonderful. Okay, so what does a young person need to do? How can they actually get involved? What do you need them to do if they want to get involved?
Well, we have, the agency has put together a great link that lists all of the Ready to Earn programs. So Shanika, if you're available to share that somewhere in the program, that link provides the actual registration link to all the different programs that we offer this summer. So I suggest that the young person and their parent get together and just start clicking on links and finding out about the different programs. You heard about 2 amazing programs that we have today. There are some others that are available as well. And the best way to understand about what program requirements are involved with each program, what age groups they serve, the length of the program, all of that information is really just by clicking on the links for the different programs.
Awesome. Okay. So if people want to learn more about the Ready to Earn program through Job and Family Services, they can visit https://jfs.franklincountyohio.gov/summer. Okay. And that is also in our chat for anyone who is interested. So you have contact information for Techcorp's OSU Pathways to Progress and Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services Ready to Earn program. Thank you very much, Carmen, for answering those questions. Now, we appreciate all 3 of you guys joining us today and having this conversation so that all the community members and the families can learn about the benefits of the program and how it can benefit their youth, but also their household. So this has been an educational and enriching conversation. So we thank you for taking time out today to talk to us. And we hope all of you who have watched and joined us today, we hope all of you have learned a lot. Again, this was the 3rd of our 3-part Lunch and Learn series focused on Franklin County's Summer Youth Program. So again, thank you all of our panelists for joining us today and engaging with us this afternoon. And thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon, taking time from your workday to join us in this conversation. Again, please go to our chat page or our chat feature on our Facebook page, and you have all of the websites to be able to learn more about Techcorp's OSU Pathways to Progress and Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services Ready to Earn program. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, panelists, and we wish you a wonderful day.
Thanks for having us.